Hey guys! So today I wanted to talk about a little thing that I've been thinking about over the past week, and I'd really love to hear your thoughts about it because I don't really know whether where I sit is where everyone can possibly sit, if that makes sense. Like, I don't know if it's a logical way to think, so I'd love to hear what you think in the comments below. So basically I was thinking about how no one really owes me anything, and I think it's helped me in some ways, like in friendships for example, like just knowing that, even though I may think that I'm a good friend and therefore deserve to, be treated in the same way back, I think it's just interesting to think about how, no one really needs to do that for you, and expecting that just generally can lead to you being hurt. But I think this can be quite damaging as well, because obviously, like, you can put a lot of yourself into something, but then not really get what you put in back. And I think it sort of comes back to last week's topic of sacrifice, and if you haven't seen that video you can check it out there. And just talking about whether sacrificing is necessarily always worth it, and whether you tend to lose yourself more in what you're sacrificing compared to taking care of yourself. So sometimes, you can put loads of energy into taking care of others, but that means that your needs aren't met, and that can become problematic. I think generally this can also lead to a sort of culture of not taking responsibility for your actions, because obviously it kind of it can lead you to believe that no one really expects anything of you, and therefore anything that you produce is alright, because obviously no one was expecting anything of you, and therefore whatever you expect is above anything that they had expected of you. But I think this is quite damaging, especially if they're in a position of responsibility, because you shouldn't have to do everything just because you don't want to believe that everyone will actually do what they're expected. And I think it's quite hard, because obviously in some ways that's easier because you know that you've got everything in check, but that can also lead to stress, because obviously you're trying to juggle everything when in fact everyone should be contributing. So I think it's good in like small ways, because it does help you to actually be more accepting of things that don't necessarily go your way, because you don't have to expect anything. But I don't think it's good, especially if you're putting a lot of effort into it yourself, and that means that you're actually you're not benefiting anymore from taking everything on and being the only person or one of very few people actually putting a lot of effort into what you're doing. So yeah, I hope that made sense. I think it does. So I'd really love to hear what you think. Like, do you expect things of your friends, or even just close relationships? Like, how much do you think we're obliged to expect, and how does that work in in a work sense, for example, or like group work? Is it a skill to be able to actually work together with other people, in the sense that is it a skill to be able to hand responsibility to other people and actually expect them to do it, and actually have the, I think it's definitely a skill to be able to have that leading power that actually makes people want to do it, even if they wouldn't have done it before. But yeah, I mean, what mindset do you go on with? The other thing is, this week on my collab channel with Liz, Letters from Our Tree, we are having our first guest, so it will be so cool if you go and show us some love up in that corner. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful time doing what you're doing, and I'll see you next time. Bye guys!